Mildly a Big Deal, a podcast with Bo Clowers. Today, we're going to do a quick March Madness bracket pick 'em. We're going to kind of roll through these. We want to keep it pretty quick. So, this isn't meant to be a long podcast. So, we're going to go through the East and the West. First, on the East, we're going to go with Duke over Siena. Second pick, we're going. My gut wants to go TCU over Ohio State, but I'm going to play it safe, and I think I'm going to stick with Ohio State on this one. They've been pretty good all year. We got St. John's. I'm going to pick them over Northern Iowa, because I'm just going to, simply for the Patino effect, I guess. It's hard to just pick over against Patino. Kansas versus CA Baptist. I know nothing about that team, but I do know Kansas is always a beast in March Madness, so we're going to go Kansas. Louisville versus South Florida. That's going to be a given. We're going to go Louisville. Michigan State. My heart wants to go North Dakota. Just my time that I've spent as a travel nurse in North Dakota, I feel a connection with them, and I always want to pick North Dakota and everything. And plus, if it's North Dakota football, I don't know who you pick. They're a beast. Basketball, I'm going Michigan State over North Dakota State. I kind of think they're just going to get slaughtered. Let's see. We got UCLA. I'm going to pick them over UCF. Excuse me. We've got UConn over Furman, of course, and that'll be a slaughter. We're going to slide over here to the West, and on the West, we got Arizona will slaughter Long Island. Villanova, Utah. On these 8-9 seeds, those are the ones I always want to struggle with. I'm going to go. Let me think. My heart says Villanova. My brain says Utah State. I'm gonna go Villanova. And then we got Wisconsin High Point. And I'm gonna go Wisconsin. They slaughter. It's gonna be not even pretty over High Point, even though it'd be cool for High Point to win. Arkansas versus Hawaii. Woo Pig Suey. You always pick Arkansas when you can, unless it's a game that you want to win money on, because then we will let you down. But I'm picking Arkansas over Hawaii. Calipari's got them rolling. Don't go against Acuff. Acuff is just rolling. BYU versus Texas. I hate Texas almost maybe as much as I love Arkansas. So BYU it is. Never pick Texas for any reason. We got Gonzaga over Kennesaw State. That won't be close. We're going to go Miami, Missouri. You know what? I'm going to put Miami on upset alert. I'm going to go with Missouri in this one. Purdue over Queens. If Queens was to win, let's just stop and think. That would be flipping awesome. But we're going to go with Purdue in a landslide. There may be actual blood on the floor. We're going to hop down to the South Division. In South, we're going Florida over Prairie View. I had someone argue with me on this earlier today, but I'm going Iowa over Clemson. I was told that was crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I think it's pretty dang close. And look, when you look at the numbers, more people have picked Iowa than Clemson, so not that crazy, is it? Vandy over McNeese. Nebraska over Troy. I always feel this weird, I don't know. I like Nebraska, and I think it's because I feel like they're a lot like Arkansas, where all we have is our college sports and everything else. It just doesn't matter. Hunting, fishing, and college sports. Okay, here is one that I struggled on. North Carolina VCU. I am aware that North Carolina will probably win this game. I'm even in North Carolina, and I might get like slaughtered if people hear me pick against them. But do I think that North Carolina will win this game? I do not. I am going VCU in the upset over North Carolina. I'm very iffy about it. I'm not confident at all. Let's see here. We got Illinois over Penn. That'll be a no-brainer. St. Mary's over Texas A&M. We got a 10-7 game here. Do I want to go another upset in the first round? I do. I'm going to A&M. A&M over St. Mary's. Houston win this whole thing, the bracket anyways. Houston over Idaho. Although I do love Idaho, I always enjoy every time I'm in that state. I just enjoy it. That's a pretty state. Everybody's like nice there. It's like a much more polite and kind version of Utah. Utah's beautiful. People there are just awful. Idaho, everybody's very kind. All right, we finished. That was the South, so we're going to slide over to the Midwest, where we got Michigan will physically destroy Howard. Georgia versus St. Louis. I'm going to pick Georgia, even though part of me wanted to go with St. Louis. But then I got to looking at their mascot. It's called the Billikens, and I've never heard of that. So I looked it up, and it's just like a made-up thing somebody made up in like 1908. And that kind of irritates me. So we're going Georgia. Get out of here, Billikens. Get out of my face. Texas Tech over Akron. Texas Tech will win. Texas Tech does not have their star. He's out, and I don't think they're the same Texas Tech team. I think Akron plays them hard until the fourth. I think if they had their boy, I think it's a no-brainer. But with him being out, what's it, Toppin? Something like that. Yeah, I think Akron's going to surprise everybody and give them a run for their money. But in the end, Texas Tech wins. Alabama will beat Hofstra. We got Tennessee, Miami, Ohio, the undefeated Miami, Ohio. And I'm going Miami, Ohio over the SEC's Tennessee Volunteers. Virginia will destroy Wright State. What is Wright State even? I don't know that you're a real place. I don't know what your mascot is. You're a Raider, a Wright State Raider. I mean, I guess it rolls off the tongue, but I hate to tell you, but the Cavaliers are going to just destroy you. We got Kentucky and Santa Clara. I wanted to pick Santa Clara as the underdog, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with Kentucky. Ohio State, Tennessee State. If Tennessee State won, it would be super neat just because it's such a small, cute little thing. But I also have issues with. I always feel like Tennessee State wants to be LSU, the way their things are written out, and that they're the Tigers, and it just looks very LSU-ish. And I just think, come on. Be your own person, Tennessee State. Be your own person. So Iowa State, that pulls us to the round of 32. We're going Duke over Ohio State. I'm going Pitino versus Kansas. I'm going with Kansas. I have a friend in Kansas, and I always think of her every time I think of Kansas. I met her on a nursing contract, and she was just like the coolest, one of the coolest people I've met. I met her for no time, but she was just like cool. She was cool like a penguin. Let's see. Michigan State beats Louisville. UConn. just destroys UCLA. I don't think this is going to be close, like even a little. Not even close. We're going down to the South. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to finish up the West. We're going to go round 32. Arizona over Villanova. Arkansas over Wisconsin. I think Arkansas is going to surprise a few people. The Zags over BYU. The Zags. Purdue over oh my gosh. Excuse me. Mizzou over Purdue. Mizzou over Purdue. Purdue over Missouri. And we'll slide down to the South. We got Florida over Iowa. Going Nebraska over Vandy. Illinois beats VCU whole-handedly. Houston's going to slaughter the Aggies of Texas A&M. Sorry, Brent. Iowa State beats Kentucky. We got the Miami, Ohio, Virginia game. This is nonsense, but I'm sticking with Miami of Ohio. Get it, guys. Get it. If you can't pick Miami, Ohio, if they can't be your Cinderella, then I don't know who can be. We're going at Bama over Texas. I think Bama's very good this year as a SEC, or I hate to give Bama that much credit, but Bama's pretty dang good. Michigan will destroy Georgia. And that brings us to, are we into Sweet 16? I guess we're in the Sweet 16 already. All right, Sweet 16. I'm sorry, Kansas. Duke will beat Kansas. Duke is really good. I'm gonna go Michigan State over UConn, although I kind of would rather UConn win that one. I have more friends through travel nursing that are UConn than I do Michigan State, but I'm gonna stick with Izzo. Let's see. Florida will pretty well handle Nebraska. It gives us Houston, I think, over Illinois. Although I partially want to go Illinois. I think Illinois is better than people are going to give them credit for. I mean, they're a 3 seed, so it's not like they're just under the radar. But also, I think Illinois is better than like they're leading on. So let's see. I got Iowa State. Where am I at? I'm gonna go Iowa State over Miami, Ohio. I'm gonna go Michigan over Bama. For those who are following along. And then we got Purdue and Gonzaga. I will say this will be a hustle game. This will be a very good game. I'm going to go Purdue, partially out of my love for the state of Indiana. I do love Indiana. I don't know why, but it's a nice little state. People are nice there. Purdue over Indiana. And then we got Arizona, Arkansas. I know. I should be picking Arizona the whole way through on that, but woo pig suey, give me the Hogs. All right, that's going to roll us out to what we got. We got are we in the Final Four? Maybe we might be at the Final Four. Or 18, I don't know. Either way, let's see. I'm going Florida over Houston, Michigan over Iowa State, and that's going to give me 2 1 seeds. Oh, no, we're in the Elite 8, but that's going to give me 2 1 seeds down to the Final Four. And then I'm going Duke. It's another 1 seed. Give me Arkansas. Woo Pig. Sweet. Give me them Razorbacks over Purdue all the way down to the Final Four. That's going to give me Duke, Florida. I think it's a heck of a game, but I'm still sticking with Duke. I still think they're probably the best team in the country. Arkansas over Michigan because Woo Pig. I think we just established that. And let's see, we got Duke versus Arkansas for the national championship once again as a repeat. And Duke probably wins. But Woo Pig, I'm going Arkansas. I think that we got to pick a tiebreaker. How many points total scored? I'm going to go both teams hitting the 90s. Let's go 188. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my bracket. For anybody that cares and anybody that doesn't care, if you stuck around this long, I don't know why you wasted your time. But we appreciate you for coming and listening to us here today on Mildly a Big Deal with podcast Bo Clowers. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day.